third question. Third question is coming from the HR director for an MNC company. His name is Gang. Gang's question is this one. I want to do a transformation from the HR team. How do we really can do a new HR team transformation? Because right now I have a team of 25 people. How I can restructure them in the right way so I will not need to cost at the same time and more, but I can really create a new culture in the new environment. And now this is the main guy. Please go on. So what an important thing. You don't do this guy. He runs the show.
And also, because in that moment we are not only supposed to be selling the company, but also to showing the culture. People should be excited up front that they will go to work with us. A change in mindset, and your team should be more really looking for the object. They look always to the past. They look always to the
strategies about, it's not about just restructuring your HR.
No, HR is a big topic. First, you need really to identify and separate what are the more operative tasks of HR, because they are needed anyway, like the pay split or whatever. Yeah. So the normal routine tasks is one thing, and this is one part of HR that should be really allocated to do only that. And then, if you want really to explore the power of HR in the organization, you need to have the other part of the HR, people that thinks that they don't think only HR, they don't think only people, they think business. Which means that you should really do a change in mindset, and your team should be more really looking for the objectives, really looking for what is needed in the company in terms of transformation, in order to they can select and they can manage and coach the resources of the company. One big mistake that normally companies do is that when they need to hire someone for a certain position, they look always to the past. They look always to the traditional profile of this person for this task. They should look for what is the direction that the company wants to go. Which means not necessarily I should hire the new people looking to the past, but I should hire looking for the future needs, like the digital that we discussed before. And this is valid for the people that we are hiring, but also is valid for HR. Because HR people should be also knowledgeable about the needs, knowledge about digital, and knowledge about business. So that's my recommendation is really, before you start looking how to manage the people that you are hiring and how to coaching and how to develop, do the exercise internally of HR team. They should also be knowledgeable about business, knowledgeable about digital, knowledge about tendencies, and they should understand what is the mission and vision for the company for the upcoming years.
Thank you, Pedro. So with this one I want to share with you, thank you very much for the question. So we actually had a great discussions about this HR team transformation just a few weeks back, and Pedro was in the panel too. So this is the way I would like to start. So Pedro was mentioning this one. People should be excited to come to work for you. So that should be the number one strategy. People should be excited to come to work for your company, and secondly, they should, when they join the company, they should be excited to come to the work every day, and when even they are departing, they should be speaking great thing about your company. So these are the key three segments: before, joining, and onboarding. So due to this one, what you really need to do is you really need to have a big strategies about, it's not about just restructuring your HR. You really need to think about what should be your employee experience. Because for you, from a company, there are two key customers. One, the employees, and who are actually buying your product and services. So for HR, when you're looking into it, you're an HR director, your main customer is your HR staff. So should be joining into it. So you need to have a new strategy about employee experience for the HR team and for the whole organization. How do you do this one? There was a detailed step-by-step actions we go through in the Alpha game. That should be, you can find it out in YouTube channels, in Pro Academy, VSHR Pro Academy, you can search and you can get that one. And we can put the link on the top right now or later on and you can get it. But this is the point. You need to do a research. I'm just going to give you a bullet point. You need to do the right research. What are the key experiences you want to build for your staff? Write it down, work with other key executives, other CEOs, and agree on all the exercises. Number two, when you do those kinds of bullet points, you do really research, does it really matters or not? Does it really matter for the other people? It's not about the beanbag, it's not about the free lunches, it's not about the freebies. It's about what are the really help them to really come excited to come to the work. So work on the strategies and then share with other executive and tell them to work with their staff to bring feedback and idea for you to make it happen. And then the third stage is about you need to pick up all the idea and consider all of them, and you really need to see that what should be your organizational budgeting, funding, revenue situations. How many idea you can execute in this 6 months and we can do other idea in the next 6 months and probably next year. So you probably need to find out your organization's strategies and revenue. So you really need to work with the CEOs and the CFOs to understand what is the cost revenue and money and revenue. They can help you out. And then based on that one, the priority, you're going to set the priority of each of the ideas and you bring it, you make mind maps. Which you want to go first, then after this quarter, next quarter, third quarter. But doesn't mean that you just forget about the last quarter. That should be a continual process. Each of the idea when you execute it, it's not a project, it's an operation project. When you execute it, you need to keep moving on, moving forward. And the last thing is about, this is the point, you need to restructure your team, right? So find a way to outsource your key things. There's a traditional HR things what you're doing that could be completely outsourced outside. Let's say, for example, your recruitment team could be outsourced. You can outsource to the whole talent acquisition process outside with the key accounts in your team person, and the whole hands and legs can be done with the recruitment agency. The payroll, you can completely outsource the payroll to outside a payroll agency or even banks, and they will be running for that one too. OD, organizational development. So you can even outsource a lot of organizational outsourcing process to outside as well too. And what you can really focus about, HR operations, really focus on employee experience. So that means you can bring the right people into that OD of other department, bring it into it on HR operations, who really strive for an employee experience. The other things you really can outsource into it too. You need more help and you need to have more, discuss more, drop an email to proacademy@healthrevolution.org. We'd love to have a conversation with you and help you to restructure your HR department based on your CX strategy. If you don't have CX strategies, we can also come over and help you out to build your CX strategies too. So with this one, my friend, thank you very much for your questions, and we'll love to work with you and help you with this one. So with this, and now this is the main guy. Please go on. So what an important thing. You didn't do this guy. You run the show.
And also, because in that moment we are not only supposed to be selling the company, but also to show the culture. People should be excited up front that they will go to work with us.